I was here in the double hickory. He actually come in behind me. He walked this road, come right through, circled, and was standing here. And when he left, when he ran, was straight down this way, down through that timber, and then circled around that point, if that makes sense. So we can pull the footage, and I think you can see in the footage he like barrels right beside this tree, but you know, going through this stuff here and down around. But
is that right through there?
Yeah, right in this general area. Alright guys, we are rolling into the infamous honey hole here. We're making our last mineral dump for the season. It is 1:40. We're still within the parameters of what I like to call the golden hour in terms of summertime camera running. And what I mean by that, anybody who knows me or has followed my stuff there throughout the years know that I have a specific time frame when I run cameras, and that is between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. and it really doesn't matter what time of the year it is, whether it's summer or fall or whatever. I have that magical time frame between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. which, you know, as a rule will catch most of the deer still bedded that middle of the day. If I can't feed, if I can't run cameras, if I can't do it between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., then I just don't do it. I hold off for another day. Anyways, we are into this last week of August in 2022, and there's a specific deer that I'm after in here. We call him Hoss. He is a 7.5-year-old deer this year. Well, you had him last year in 21. We had him in 20, and we had him in 19. And here in 2022, he is 7.5 years old. And I've had him within bow range the last 2 seasons. Once in 20, I had him late season. And matter of fact, the snow was on, and he made an approach at this exact same tree, and just knew something wasn't quite right. He turned and walked away, no shot. Following year, early season, may even been the first sit, I don't know. Same deal, approached downhill, from the downhill side up to me, and again, just something wasn't quite right, turned and walked away. No shot opportunity. So this year, he showed up just a little bit earlier this year. He's a little older now, and 7.5-year-old deer just is not very common in West Virginia. The age structure has gotten better over the years, but 7.5, really by any stretch of the imagination, is an old deer anywhere across the country, but 7.5 in Jackson County, West Virginia is ancient, and this deer has looked almost identical the last 4 years. Wide profile. He's been an 8-point the first 2 years. Then he was a 9 last year. Now he's only a 7. Same Same deer. He just looks identical, but nonetheless, he is a trophy by anyone's standards. He's not going to score well. You know, he probably won't even go Pope and Young. But when you're shooting for age structure, you can't go wrong. And here's what we got going on behind us here. We're gonna, right behind me here, you can see the mineral hole right here. We run minerals here year round, but if you look around me, it's pretty open. There's a 3-way road intersection. You see the one behind me here that I walked in on right here, and then right behind me is another road behind this tree, and then there's another road right here. And this, from a topography standpoint, is right on a point. If you see up behind me here, it goes all around the hillside, and below us we typically run a food plot about 100 yards below us, but we leave it as a sanctuary. We don't ever hunt it. We just leave it there for groceries and groceries only. So anyways, this has been a wonderful spot over the years. Here's the tree behind us. I'm going to turn the camera around here. Right up in here in this forked hickory tree, there's the camera arm. There's the old ladder stand. I approach from above it here, up in here, come down into the hickory tree, and of course I run the groceries down here. Here in West Virginia, the running feed is legal, and I take full advantage of it. Again, being mindful of that 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. time frame. That is your golden hour, your golden time frame if you're going to run groceries. So anyways, we're making the very last mineral dump for the year. This is the last week of August. Next time you see me in here, I'll be starting to chum some groceries and go from there. But being that he's an older deer, I'm hoping that this year hit that core range, that core area shrinks just a little bit to he'll be here just a little bit more frequent in daylight and get us that opportunity while he's still in the summer feed pattern. 4 years. 4 years been after him. Man, he is just an ancient old buck. He's the oldest buck on the farm. Years I've been after him. 4 years. He's just an ancient old buck. Oh man, that feels good. Daggone, that feels good. This particular tree, I've never been picked off in this tree. He's picked me off twice. At the late season in 2020, I had him basically the same spot, and he came in and looked straight up at me, turned, walked away. Last year, early season, same thing. Come in, kind of facing me, looked straight up at me, walked away. And he's been flirting with death here the last week or so. 20-degree temperature drop. It just happened. Man, I'm shaking so bad. I'm absolutely just... I gotta calm down before I get down out of here. I gotta settle down before I try to climb down. I'll fall and hurt myself. Alright, just pulled out of the gas station here. Had to get a little fuel for the buggy. We let old Hoss lay overnight. Sent it to the footage to several fellas, and the general consensus is that yeah, we probably got bone in that shoulder, but it went on through and we got just enough penetration to make it happen. So we'll see. But this right here, what you're about to see, is the beauty of bow hunting, and that is the brotherhood, the bond, the friendship, the teamwork of the sport. Sent that out to a couple guys there last night, and before you know it, the phone's blowing up with people volunteering to come help for the old boy this morning. And in my mind, that in itself is just a bonus to the sport. There's not many things in this world anymore where everybody can come together and agree on and have a good time without politics and all that nastiness ruining it. And so I just think, for the most part, it's just an extra added bonus to the sport when you have something like this. And gee whiz, we got people everywhere here. Holy smokes! Looks like a cotton picking funeral.
Yeah.
Huh? Gee whiz, everyone who's got the death certificate?
Hopefully you do.
Huh? Well, somebody better have it.
He's bound to have it one too. He's blown out on the right side. Man.
Who needs a dog? We got Jeremy Moore here. Just put a collar on him.
Oh, good boy.
That's a good boy.
Pet me.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Yeah, he's left.
Huh?
You got left and right. See here and here. He's got to be bleeding out both sides because you got blood both ways.
That would have to be on the left side the way it's on that tree.
Yeah, on that tree. Yep.
Yeah, that makes me feel better. You got it up here? Oh yeah.
Blood here on these leaves.
He's opening up now.
I see your knob.
Huh?
Right there's your knob.
Oh yeah.
You got to go here somewhere. Here, dog. There's blood all over right here.
He's opening up.
How deep?
10 inches, 12 inches.
Yeah, your deer ain't far. Look here. He's bleeding good. Hey.
Hey.
That's part of the lung.
Yes, sir.
Bug it is.
Jesus. I'd say he ain't gonna go too far, Ross.
Hold on a sec. Hold it.
Yeah, he's bleeding good. Yeah, dude, when you find a piece of a lung, we're gonna find a deer.
You want to pick up your arrow? Yeah, if you don't care.
Yeah.
Huh?
He's right here.
Look at this, Ross.
The gold. Yeah, he's on
Oh,
red
yeah.
bone. Down right here. Godly blood trail.
Look at that old Joe.
Dad right there, brother.
Yeah, that's. He's every bit of it.
Huh?
He's every bit of it. 6, 7 years old.
Oh,
easy.
yeah, easy.
Near as I can tell, he's 7.5.
He might be older than that.
There's a chance he's 8.5, but I think he's 7.5.
He's definitely downhill.
Look how like them horns are.
Quit, don't chew up there.
Yeah, don't chew that one.
Come down here and chew.
Oh my. Look at that.
Bro.
Wow.
How far is that?
100 yards.
He didn't go that far.
He probably did. He probably ran and died.
Oh,
Yeah, he
did.
All right, boys and girls, the story of Haas comes to an end, and I knew I had to get after him before Jeremy did. Because Jeremy and I actually shared this deer back and forth, and remarkably, our farms are what, probably 2 miles.
2 miles, I think, the way a crow flies.
Probably 2 miles apart, and he spends the summer here in the early fall. And then when the girlfriends get right, he heads to Jeremy's place for a little action, and he always comes back late season. And 2019 is when we first had this deer. He was a 4-year-old in, we believe, and then 20 and 21, and now this year in 22, he got the pattern just a little bit better. He never was a high-scoring deer, very unique frame, wide, always had that curl brow tine, weak tine length, but he was always wide. And you know, in 20, I had him late season with the snow on, and he pinned me in a tree. Fast forward to the following year, 21, and the first week of season, early season, he came in and pinned me in the same tree again. I've never been pinned in this tree, in this setup, ever. And he did it twice. And this year, we took a few extra precautions to try to avoid that. And last night it happened. He came in and what I thought was a really, really good shot. Sounded like it may have hit bone or something. We backed out, and lo and behold, he only went 100 yards. So, you know, 30 minutes into the post-shot interview, I'm wondering what to do, and truth be known, he was probably dead for 29 of those 30 minutes. So nonetheless, he is at least what we know to be a 7.5-year-old deer. He could be 8.5, but we know for sure he's 7.5. And he's not gonna blow the score charts up, but he is a very, very cool deer. And as long as you're shooting for age, you can't go wrong. That leaves plenty of opportunities for next year. Maybe next year the one I'm after will run over to Jeremy's place, so make up for this one. But nonetheless, it's a good morning to have good friends, good camaraderie, and it is game over here in West Virginia.